guys, and welcome to KNSU Magazine. I'm Andre Smith.
And I'm Richard Dumas.
An important aspect in Louisiana is our black culture. Luckily, the NAACP at Nichols campus puts on their annual Black History program. Here's Kristen Gocho with more.
With Black History Month comes black culture, and the voice of possibilities, Misa Gassaran, will give us the update.
With February coming to an end, so is Black History Month. This is a time for African Americans to celebrate their heritage and educate themselves and others on their history. An audience that gathered in the Cotillion Ballroom last week received this very education in the form of a speech forum. Speech professor Dr. Raya Butterfield put together this event called Voices of Possibilities as a way to touch on the subject of identity and how others see it.
I originally had the idea to put the event together when I heard people lamenting the fact that if they feel that they sometimes have to break from one community in order to join another community.
The first topic was discussed by Xavier University education professor Kim Vaz DeVille, who gave the audience a view into the life of the New Orleans baby doll lifestyle. Vaz DeVille has already immersed herself in the culture of this organization and gave the audience both history and real-life experiences.
Many women have made so many contributions, and specifically in the context of New Orleans, many black New Orleanians women made lots of contributions, and there are no stories, which is why I did the research on the baby dolls, because there's not a lot of research on black women's contributions in New Orleans. And so the women who I study were among the most marginalized of black women. And yet, through the culture, they were able to make a statement using traditional ways of celebrating, being happy in the midst of terrible oppression. So much so that people expected them to come out on Mardi Gras Day, and they infected with people with joy and happiness, which is what Mardi Gras is all about.
The second speaker was Dr. Joyce Smith Loudon, who is the Director of Education and Training for the Office of Citizens with Developmental Disabilities in the Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals. Loudon's speech was very down to earth, sounding as if your own grandmother was conversing with you, but it held your attention as she spoke the truth and didn't hold back.
People don't realize how important their history is. And I think that when I said one of the things that we need to do is kind of reiterate our history over and over and over again, and I feel that this is really important to younger kids. I try to tell my grandchildren every day about something that happened in my past. You know, that I walked the streets, that I did a lot with people to kind of make them aware of what black history is all about.
One of her statements, a list, sparked the beginning of the forum's open mic. Loudon stated there were three types of people when it came to talking about black history. One is happy to talk about it, one is indifferent about it all, and the last aspires to talking about it. It turned out President Bruce T. Murphy happened to be someone who was happy to speak on the subject.
The idea is, should it only be a month? Should it be every day? Should it be less?
Seeing as this was a forum on identity, a speech written by former Lafourche NAACP President Charles Mosley was handed out. The speech touched on the difference between calling someone African American and black. To Mosley, African American was a meaningless and insulting stereotype that perpetuates linguistic Jim Crow and was today's term for colored. After talking to one of the speakers, it seemed that this sentiment still held some truth.
So I think that the debate around what we should call ourselves comes from notions of only having one black identity, like trying to fit all this vast black experience into black or African American, where people are Afro-Caribbean, they are black and white, they're Asian and black, and so what we need to do is to eliminate the categories.
With Black History Month coming to a close, it does not mean you have to stop thinking about your culture. For KNSU Magazine, this is Misha Gassaran.
Black History Month is just one of many cultural influences in Louisiana. Nichols Swamp Stomp is Cajun culture wrapped into one event. Here's Kirk Roos with more.
Us Southerners are known for our hospitality, and Nichols is no different. Joanna will show us how the walk-ins will get a little of that Southern hospitality here on KNSU Magazine.
The Colonel basketball team is making progress as they won the last 2 games by double digits. Several unexpected players have shown tremendous growth this season, and have demonstrated leadership and assertiveness.
Walk-ons Marquise Nelson, Zach Young, Jadante Fry, and Travis Julian have all surpassed the expectations required of them. Although they weren't awarded athletic scholarships, they have exhibited as much effort as their teammates. This is especially seen in Fry, who is making a name for himself as he sits third on the team in scoring, averaging over 9 points a game after racking up a career-high 19 points in the win over McNeese State on Saturday.
I wasn't picked to play for Nichols. I decided to come here after a last-minute decision. I ain't had that many offers coming out of high school, but I had a few other plays I could have went, but I waited last minute. I came and talked to Coach Piper and Coach Bailey, and they gave me an opportunity to play here, so I took advantage. And I'm not on scholarship at all, but I still come out, work hard, just like everybody else. There's a few other guys that's not on scholarship. We all just come together as a team.
Young, a freshman guard, also displayed valuable work by picking up a starting role next to Fry. Although Nelson and Julian aren't currently a part of the starting lineup, their contributions are evident once they step on the court.
I mean, it's more minutes than what I played before, so I'm always happy with that, and I'm contributing to the team where we needed to be contributed, you know, so I'm fine with that. And as long as we win it, I really don't have a problem with minutes or nothing. My minutes should increase and everything, and I'm, you know, doing my job, so I'm just really going with the flow. If Coach decides he wants me to start, you know, I'll be ready.
After Young went down with a leg injury in Saturday's win over the Cowboys, a starting job at guard is up for grabs, providing Nelson with an even bigger opportunity to show his worth to the team. For Colonel Basketball Weekly, this is Joanna Goodgreen.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of KNSU Magazine. I'm Andre Smith.
And I'm Richard Dubas, and join us more for more exciting news, thrills, and skills here on KNSU Magazine.
See ya. Hey guys, welcome to KNSU Magazine. Here's Christine Lebler with me. Louisiana is our black culture. Here's Kristen Gotro with the blah blah blah.
Richard Dubas.
Hey guys.
On this episode.